Good morning, TMPE1 students. This is a continuation sang aton nga lesson, and I have prepared a slide for all of you. Please follow me as I go along, okay? So ang aton nga topic already is the concept and principles of tour guiding. And at the end of these topics, learners shall be able to discuss the concept of tour guiding, explain the roles of tour guides, explain the duties and responsibilities of tour guides, assess the qualities for an effective tour guide, and evaluate the skills necessary for effective tour guiding. I believe we have already touched this topic last time, pero mas gusto ko lang siya padaluman before ako mag-proceed sa aton nga next nga topic. Okay? So just please follow me as I go along. Okay, so introduction to concept of tour guiding. I will just be doing here some highlights kung ano lang gid ang pinaka-importante. Okay? So, traditionally, the role of the tour guide has been focused on two issues. One is the pathfinder and another is a mentor. Okay? So makita niyo na ito, pathfinder and a mentor. So ano ang pathfinder? Okay, pathfinder, one who leads others through social and natural areas unknown to its travelers. Okay. And ang mentor, on the other hand, is a person serving as a guru to the seeker, guiding towards insight and enlightenment. Okay. Now, continue kita. The mediatory role sees a tour guide as a middleman between his party and the local population. He interposes himself between the party and the environment, making it non-threatening to his party. So, communication is the principal role of the tour guide under the mediatory sphere. He influences his group by the objects of interest he selects to point out and the information and the interpretation he provides. This is a definition by Cohen in 1985. Okay, let's continue. Now, concepts of tour guiding for the communication tool. Okay, so tour guiding is a means of communication with the public whereby relevance of sites are revealed, attention are drawn to the tourist assets and underlining the details and interlinkages that would often stay hidden from tourists. Okay. Interpretation is much more providing information as it is communication process where participants, ang interpreter kag ang visitor, they mutually affect each other. Okay. Now, continue kita, okay? So, ano ang principles of tour guiding? Now, today, travelers seek supports from experts who can provide them with services in the destination in multitude of ways, which includes the following. So, ginahambal dire sa akon nga lecture nga currently, okay, ang mga travelers nagapangita sila sang someone who can at least help them, who can at least guide them sa ilang mga destination, which include the following. Ano ang following nga mga aton nga ginakwan, nga mga pwede naton makuha nga services sa isa ka tour guide? Okay, now let's continue. Number one is interpreter. Okay. In many instances, the tour guide acts as an interpreter in foreign languages for the travelers. The tour guide also interprets information, sites, and attraction to the tourist. This is very true. When I was working as a tour guide sa South Korea and having known Korean language, usually I act as the interpreter para sa akon nga mga guests kag sa local people or say Korean. Kung may ara ang nga gusto ang akon mga guests, it is me nga naga-interpret or naga-translate, especially if ang locals or ang Korean does not know how to speak English or limited ang ilang knowledge of the English language. That's why it is very necessary nga ang tour guide kabalo mag-translate or mag-interpret. Okay? Number 2, presenter. The tour guide is a presenter for the travelers as he or she provides relevant and interesting commentaries on sites seen and places visited. Ubra inisang tour guide. Okay? Ubra inisang tour guide, siya ang naga-present sang details, sang facts, sang history sa iya nga mga kliyente. Without such, it will be a very boring tour. That is why necessary gid nga kabalo ang tour guide kag well-versed siya sa iya nga mga ginahambal. Okay. Number 3, caregiver. So, the tour guide is also a caregiver for the travelers as he or she provides relief to unpleasant situation at the most difficult times. They maintain the safety and security of tourists at all times. Okay. This is necessary also. Ang tour guide act as a caregiver. Again, example ko ang ako niya self. I graduated as a nurse as well. That is why ang ako niya nga mga guest, they feel at ease daw, medyo mas comfortable sila knowing nga ang ilang nga tour guide is also a nurse, nga in the eventuality or if there is anything nga matabo nga wala naton ginapangayo like masamad or whatever, for example, or in any case of emergency, I as the tour guide knows what to do. I can do CPR. Pwede man ako mag-clean sang wound. Kabalo ako mag-take sang BP, blood pressure, or anything nga necessary in case of emergency hasta nga makalabot ka mo sa hospital. Amo na iya ang role sang caregiver para sa imo mga tourist being a guide. Okay. Number 4 is the overseer. The tour guide is the representative of the tour operator in the field. Okay. Tour guides are responsible to the tour operator for any unplanned failure of other suppliers to deliver confirmed services. Now, ang tour guide is the one also nga nag-check sang itinerary. They are the one nga nag-check. They are the one nga to make sure nga ang itinerary or everything has been done before mag-end ang isa ka adlaw. Kung may ginset ka mo nga amo ni ang imo nga mga kaladtuan, dapat ma-check gid ina sang tour guide nga okay, done. Natapos naton initanan. Okay? Number 5, coordinator. Okay? So, tour guides act as the link between the various suppliers and coordinates the delivery of service from each. Okay? The supervision of luggages and van handlers is coordinated by the tour guide and assisted by the courier. Okay, so self-explanatory. Timekeeper. The tour guide makes sure that the services are provided in a timely fashion and within the scheduled time as per the tour itinerary. We all know nga kung ara kita sa tour, may ara kita nga gina-follow nga itinerary. Kag kung ang imo nga tour guide hindi kabalo sang time management nga ginatawag, maguba ang itinerary. Supposedly dapat lain ang inyong kaladtuan. Pero subong wala nyo nakadtuan or wala nyo natapos ang inyong itinerary, so anong natabo? It will be moved para buwas. So ang buwas nyong itinerary maapektuhan na naman. So kung ang hindi nyo matapos buwas, i-move na naman the next day. What if mapuli na kamo the next day morning? So there is a possibility nga may ara kamo hindi matapos or makadtuan nga itinerary because of what? Poor time management. That is why very necessary gidya nga ang time ginasunod, especially if you are on a group tour. Okay? It is very necessary again. Okay, now continue. Mediator. Tour guides, in the course of their profession, operate between culture, thus naturally playing the role of intercultural mediator. Okay? Intercultural mediator. Hindi maiwasan nga sometimes ang mga locals or ang mga tao or ang mga locals gani nga dira naga-stay, for example, magkaroon sang daw medyo problema with the tourist. So it is the tour guide usually nga nagapatunga. Sometimes nagapangayo pasensya because of miscommunication. Sometimes nagapangayo sang pasensya man sa mga guest because daw na-scam sila sang ari sa mga local. So that's very common. So dapat ang tour guide knows what to do, right? Dapat ang tour guide kabalo kung ano ang iya nga kabalo kung ano ang iya nga ulubrahon for that matter. Okay? Now, let's continue ha. Okay. Ano naman ang duties and responsibilities of the tour guide? This is very important. Okay? Now, number one, you have to be very honest. Okay? You have to be very honest. Now, honesty is number one gid na siya. You provide information and explanation about an attraction honestly and never take advantage of the ignorance of the tourist. Okay? Hindi kaya pwede mag-ubra-ubra lang sa istorya. Hindi kaya pwede maghambal na ang amuna nga lugar or ang amuna nga building was built in 1872 where in fact is what it was built in 1868, for example. Because may mga tour guides kita yang may mga clients kita yang naga-research man beforehand. So do makos pa ina sang problem later on. Hala ang nabasa ko ya sa amon sa libro ya 1968 nga ang hambal ya sang tour guide, it was built in 1972. Okay? So if you don't know, natural malang na hindi mo man pwede nga ang tanan nga tourist spots sa Philippines or ang tanan nga tourist spots sa Korea for example or China memorize mo tanan. There is a possibility nga malipatan mo because sa kadamuon sang imo nga ginahandle. So if you don't know or if you're unsure about it, you say I don't know. I don't know, ma'am, pasensya gid no. Daw hindi gid ako subong kabalo sina, but I will check. I will get back to you tomorrow. That is better instead of making up stories and then ang ending gali sala ang imo nga ginhambal, daw mabad shot ka pa ya sa tour guide. I mean sa guest. Okay? Number two, fairness. You have to act fairly and reasonable in all dealings with co-workers, host communities, and tourists. Okay? So, dapat fair gid sa tanan. That is very important. Okay. Factual. Ensure factual presentation by distinguishing legends, truth, stories, and tradition. You know, when you are a tour guide, damo ikaw sa mga story nga ginahambal. Damo ikaw sa mga commentary nga ginahambal sa imo mga guest. But you have to distinguish kung diin dira ang alamat, diin dira ang istorya lang sang tigulang, diin dira ang tuod gid nga nagkalatabo, diin dira ang mga traditions or ang mga cultures nga ginapatihan. You have to distinguish it and you have to state it in a factual way. Okay? Wala sang ginaobra nga haom-haom, wala sang ginaobra nga puro palagpat. Okay? Next, number 4, tactful. Always act with tact and diplomacy in dealing with the guest. Act as a link between the visitor, the area, and its people. Make sure nga you're always approachable, hindi bastos, nga aman. This may create commotion. Pwede nga mag-away pa kamo sang guest kung gapamangkot siya, dayon ginsabat mo sang pabalang-balang. So better get, you have to act tactful. Okay? Now, safety. Ensure tourist safety and warn them on, okay? Plants that might cause some allergies, unsuitable food and drinks, elevation for those with fear of height, dangerous wildlife, pickpockets, etc. They try to ensure that the tour will be enjoyable and safe. Daw wala na gid sang mas maayo dire nga natapos ang imo nga tour together with your guests nga nakapuli tanan sa ilang nga destination country nga safe sila tanan, wala sang may na pickpocket, wala sang na-admit sa hospital, wala sang nadanlog, wala sang nabalian. These are all inevitable. Pwede nga matabo, okay? Hindi gid niya pwede nga hindi maiwasan, but what? Practice safety Okay, as much as possible, warn them nga mamadanlog diha, dahan-dahan lang. Okay. Ang mga hadlok magsaka, pwede nga diri lang kamo mapabilin, mabalik lang kami diri together those ang mga maupod sa akon sa babaw. Okay? So mga amo sina. I remember when we went to China, nagsaka kami sa Great Wall of China. There are some guests nga nagpabilin lang niya sa dalong. Why is that? Because ginhambalan sila sa amon nga tour guide niya ay daw medyo magsaka sa Great Wall of China kay ka-steep sa mga hagdan. So much better gid nga kung daw hindi nyo kaya, you stay here, we'll take photo for you, we can share the photo for you, but please do not compromise your health because ari ka mo sa Beijing, ari ka mo sa China, mabudlay kung diri ka mo magmasakit. That is why we have some guests nga nagpabilin, right? We have some guests yang nga nagpabilin para nga hindi na lang sila magsaka because they have been warned by the tour guide ahead of time. Okay. Next one is you have to be responsible. Okay. Protect the reputation of tourism by making every assignment a treat with respect to the environment, wildlife sites and monuments, local customs and traditions. Okay? Be responsible sa tanan mo nga ginaubra, not only sa imo guest but with respect sa imo nga ginakadtuan nga mga area sa mga sites. Amo nang nagahambal kita nga kung sometimes leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but photos. Okay? So ginahambal ta man sa aton mga guest, okay? Because we want nga ang amuni nga mga tourist spots will be available also sa mga iban pa yang mga guests nga mag-alalabot and hindi lang para sa aton. Okay? Continue. Now, skills for effective tour guiding. So may ara kitang differentiate diri the hard skills or the soft skills. Ano ini ang hard skills kag ang soft skills? So, sa tour guiding skills naton, ang mga examples ng soft skills naton are what? Communication skills, problem solving skills, okay? Conflict management, how do you address conflict? Responsibility, etiquette and good manners, honesty and integrity. Okay, these are innate sa imo, ara na sa imo. Ang imo communication skills, ara na gid niya sa imo. How are you going to communicate with your guest? Okay? Courtesy, self-esteem, honesty, integrity, it's all within you. The attitude mo na niya. Okay, how about the hard skills naman niya? Amo niya ang ginatun-an naton. We study this, okay? Hindi tanan makabalo sini. But as a tour guide, you have to know this, okay? For example, tour guiding experience. Because may ara yang tour guide niya ang iya experience is less than a year or may ara yang tour guide niya ang experience is less than 5 years as compared sa tour guide yang 10 years experience. May ara kita tour guide yang kabalo sang first aid skills. May ara man niya tour guide niya hindi. May ara kita tour guide niya kabalo sang knowledge of flora and fauna. Balaan niya kung ano ang mga tanom, pangalan sang tanom, diin gatubo, including animals as well. May tour guide kita nga kabalo sang map reading skills. May ara man kita yang tour guide niya hindi. So, if we differentiate these two, area ang hard skills amo niya ang dapat naton yang atun-an by means of what? Training, constant studying, istorya sa iba niya mga fellow nga guides para nga ma-acquire mo man ang mga hard skills. Because ang soft skills niya innate na sa imo, ara na nadaya sa imo, etiquette, courtesy, work ethic, empathy, tanan iniya, it is within you already. Okay, so I hope I was able to differentiate the tour guiding skills, which is ang soft skills kag ang hard skills naton. Okay, now, ano naman ang qualities of an effective tour guide? Okay, now, qualities of an effective tour guide. Number one, pleasing personality. Importante ini, hindi lang yan sa tour guide, sa tanan. Okay? Pleasing personality, gid needed gid ini naton. Okay. Number two, genuine interest in people. Caring, courteous, respectful, patient, diplomatic. Kung hindi ikaw yung mahaba ang pasensya, kag ang ginatur mo ya is mga grade 1 students, maingit ka gid, maakig ka gid. Okay? Or kung ang ginatur mo is mga senior citizens nga pasulit-sulit ang pamangkot because kakalipat na gali sila, maingit ka man, maakig ka man, nga pasulit-sulit. That's why if you are not patient, please do not work as a tour guide. Okay? Number 3, resourcefulness. Sa resourcefulness, niya is being flexible. Okay? Able to think creatively and improvise fast. Okay? There are some incidents nga we need to improvise. That is why isagid niya sa very good qualities of a tour guide niya, resourceful ikaw. Number 4, taking good sense of leadership. Okay? Dapat may sense of leadership ikaw to bring a group. Usually daan ang isa ka group ya kami last time sang nag-tour kami sa Korea, I brought about 250 katawo for 5 days in Korea. Ako ang lead tour guide, may ara pagit ako nga junior tour guide kag mga travel coordinators which is ang ako niya mga staff sa office. So, we were able to finish the tour nga wala ya sang may nagreklamo, although may gamay-gamay hindi na maiwasan ang reklamo. Pero mga major balayang nagmasakit, na danlog, nabayaan sang bus, na dula, wala. Okay? Because we have this good sense of leadership. Now, good organizational skills. Being able to stick to time, itinerary program, and oversee the smooth running of the tour. Very important gid ini ang time management, following the itinerary, and then you have to make sure of the smooth running of the tour. Okay. Number 6, incident and crisis management skills. Okay? Hindi pwede nga kung na danlog imo tour guide, ang imo nga client, ikaw ya una magsalasala. Ano nang obra kon ko? Ay, na danlog, wala ko kabalo. Hindi pwede amo na. You have to remain calm and think kung ano ang best first aid nga pwede mo mahatag sa imo nga guest. Hindi ya pwede nga mauna-una ikaw ya sang salasala. Paano na? Kung nagsalasala ka, kundi ang imo mga guest nagsalasala naman tanan. Okay? For example, Abi, naglupok, hindi man din, naflatan Abi ang bus. Ay, nag-flat ang bus, paano nakita si Nikapuli, hindi nakita mag-amo ka na. Siyempre, ang imo mga guest mapanik man. Right? So as a tour guide, okay, it's a crisis management skill. Okay, guys? Just become currently, may ari kita di water and food, manaog ani kita sa bus, walang aton nga bus coach, man, kagang aton nga conductor, for example, along with some diri nga kabalo magkayo sang bus are working on it. So, diri lang ani kita sa dalom sang puno take advantage of this one, picture kamo da until such time nga makayo naton ang bus. Do not worry, makaabot kita sa aton destination before magabi. Okay? Number 7 is the research skills. Ability to find information and display eagerness to know more. Okay? As a tour guide, hindi lang pwede nga kwan nga okay na ni. Daw nagalong kita ya nga mas may gusto pa kita or may mas damo pa kita nga i-offer sa aton nga mga guest. Okay? Sense of ethics. Okay? Be loyal to the tour operator, employer, and do not engage in unethical actions for financial gains. Okay? Integrity. Okay? Integrity niya ginatawag. Hindi ka pwede yang maghambal sa imo mga guest niya. Pwede kung makakulang anay kwarta sa imo or pwede nyo kudugangan sa ako niya tip. Because in the first place, ang tip na yan, inahatag, inaya, if you have a good service, with or without tip, ikaw yung tour guide, bayad ka na iya sang tour operator, bayad ka na iya sang travel agency, nga nagahatag lang niya tip ang guest because namian sila sang service nga ilang nga na-avail sa imo, right? Or namian sila sang service nga imo nga ginpakita. Okay? Amo na. Now, sensitive and respectful. Be able to recognize diverse cultures, adapt to accommodate people from all nationalities and background, abiding to local procedures, and contributing towards responsible and sustainable tourism. Okay. Now, ano pa gid ang continuation sa qualities of a tour guide? Love for one's country. Okay, so if you are a Filipino, kag may guest ikaw nga mga Americans, maayo man na iya nga syempre, hindi mo ya pagpakahuyan ang Philippines, right? Hindi mo ya pagpakahuyan ang imo ya nga city, ang Rojas City, ang Capiz, ang Iloilo, right? You have to be patriotic. You have to build up. Paano pa magkadto diri ang iba niya guest sining mga guest mo nga American kung imo ya gin guba nga ay hindi na kamo di magkadto damo di kidnapper, damo di NPA, mahal ang pagkaon, mga tunto diri ang mga taxi driver, hindi pwede. Okay? Nang you have to be honest, but hindi mo pagubon ang imo nga country. Okay? Or ang imo nga area kung diin ikaw nagaubra. Okay? Number 11 is a good communication skill. Okay? Proficient in spoken and thought languages. Use of words that are simple and easy to understand. Speak audibly, not too soft and not too loud. Using of nonverbal communication in difficult situations. So these are all part sang ginatawag naton nga good communication skills naton. Okay. Number 12, punctuality. Very important. Okay. You have to be punctual. You have to be early. As early as 1 hour. If nag-anticipate ka nga bago ka makaabot sa hotel sang imong mga guest, traffic because rush hour, so leave 2 hours ahead of time or sometimes 3 hours ahead of time. Kay laway nga ang mga guest mo nagatipo na sa hotel lobby, ikaw ya wala pa ya kaabot nga tour guide. Okay? Next, confidence. So show confidence through the body language, maintain eye contact while responding to tourist question, and always smile. Okay. Bisan may naingtan ka da, sige lang, palampasa lang. Always smile. Panumduma ang imo nga guest, lima malang ni sila kaadlaw. After ni nila magpuli, hindi naman ni kamo siguro magkita ay liwat, kaya hindi naman sila liwat mag-visit. So sige lang, smile lang, panumduma ang tip. I'm kidding. Panumduma ang tip kay base kung awayon muna hindi na maghatag sang tip. So always smile, okay? And nothing, okay? Wala na sang mas maayo pa nga ginasuksok ang isa ka tawo aside sa iya nga pagiging confident, okay? Because you will gain the respect of everyone if you are confident sa imo nga ginaubra. Okay, number 14. Good health. Always conduct tours while in perfect health physically, emotionally, and socially. Ginaubo-ubo kada daw may TB, ikaw nakamas, ikaw nga masulod sa bus kag mag-inubo, do you really think manamian ang imo mga guest? Syempre hindi. So prior pa yang mag-abot ang imo guest, make sure, okay? Prior pa nga mag-abot ang imo mga guest, make sure na ikaw mismo in good health, in good shape, okay? Now, okay, let's continue ha. Kung may question ka mo, ibutang nyo lang sa GC, okay? Okay, let's continue. Okay. Updating tour knowledge. Okay, now, a practicing tour guide has various ways available for her, him to find new information and expand knowledge. However, the method chosen should be, number 1, it's easily available. It can be found and used in the local area, example, library, and then cheap to use or low cost. It should ensure adequate learning at low cost in short time. So the figures below show possible ways that can be explored by a tour guide. Now, if you are a tour guide, you have to make sure, okay? You have to make sure sa iyong mga knowledge, well-versed, well-knowledgeable ikaw sa nagkalatabo. Hindi pwede nga daw nag-stagnant na ikaw because being a tour guide is a professional job. Pareho man nina sa doctors nga sige-sige ang ilang nga training, sige-sige ang ilang nga basa because ang medicine sige nga evolve. Okay? Ang mga medical procedures nagabaylo-baylo. That's why non-stop man ang pag-study sang mga doctor. Non-stop man ang pag-study sining mga doctors as well as sang tour guide man. Okay, so please look at the screen. Okay. Now, updating tour guiding knowledge. Okay, so number 1 is talking and listening. Okay, so you talk, naga-discussion ikaw sa expert, sa site staff, other guides, tourists, operational managers. Okay? Now, nga aman, listening is very important nga may ara ka man niya pwede nga iban nga makuha, may ara ka man niya iban nga pwede nga makuha sa iban nga guide. Okay? May tip man sila nga pwede mahatag sa imo, hindi lang nga ikaw lang Even sa tourist, may ara ka man niya, even sa tourist, may ara ka man niyang mga kwan. May ara ka man niyang may ara ka man niya nga makuha man yung iba niya knowledge sa tourist. Okay? So you have to be very open. You have to be very open sa possible learning sa lain-lain niya mga tao. Okay. Now, another one, updating tour guiding knowledge is through reading. Okay? Reading sa internet, books, brochures, travel guides. Okay? Number 3 is ang field work. Okay? Site visits, be a tourist. Now, ang ginahambal nga be a tourist, possible ya nga mag-join ikaw sa tour, not as a tour guide, but as a guest, as a client. Okay? Para makita mo kung paano ang iba niya tour guide mag-tour. You will have an idea. Makuha mo ang ilang mga ginagamit niya mga strategy para sa diin. Para man nga ma-apply mo man sa imong work, right? And then, participating in activities. Okay, now, number 4 is monitoring media and current events. Paano? Through newspapers, magazines, tourism associations, and televisions. Importante ina nga dapat ang tour guide, you as a tour guide, kabaluman ikaw sa nagkakatabo as current affairs, okay? Sa nagkakatabo sa palibot mo because there might be some guests nga they will ask you, kamusta man ang politics ninyo diri sa inyong country? Sanong inyong election? How is all about? Okay, do mga amo na pala. Although ang politics, religion, daw medyo mga off ina nga topic, especially kung daw hindi pa man gid ka mo kilalahay, pero at least if they ask you, may sabat ka man, hindi yang ay ma'am sorry, wala dito yung kabalo Daan mo na bala? Okay, continue ha. Sorry. Oh, okay. So, last na nigali ang aton nga sa tour guiding knowledge naton. So, continuation lang ina. This will serve as a lesson naton for this week. I will be adding one more for this week para naman sa aton nga chapter 4. Okay? So, if you have any question, guys, please let me know. Please let me know lang para nga akon nga masabat. Okay? Thank you so much.